Alrighty, alrighty. Here we are. If anyone is watching, we have some wildfire updates in northeast Minnesota, which is great because these fires are getting very bad and like extremely bad. And here, let's take a look. The air quality just south of these wildfires is all not too bad. Uh, 70s and 50s down by Minneapolis, and not too bad near the wildfires. But, um, yeah, still pretty good in most of Iowa, and just good across most of the Midwest, which means, today's probably doesn't have as much smoke as yesterday. Yesterday, air quality rose to a 190 to 200 across the Midwest. That includes Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan. The worst air quality recently was in Detroit, an air quality of 724, which is very dangerous and would definitely kill you. Now, let's take a look at our wildfires. Duluth looks fine for now. In Ely, Minnesota, United States Forest Service firefighters they have tents set up in the football field of Ely High School. And that might sound crazy, but they have to do that to get to these fires. Like, this is why there's a temporary monitor that was set by the United States Forest Service. But yeah, they're literally, like, have tents. Their quality 6 there, which is really odd. That's very low. But the most concerning fire currently is the one and only Bear Trap Fire. The thing is, it's already burnt 37,000 acres. I actually witnessed the start of the fire. We were staying up here in Big Lake at a lodge, Big Lake Wilderness Lodge. And there was a lightning storm that came through. And there was no rain, it was just lightning. That's what caused the Bear Trap Fire. And not too long ago, the Bear Trap Fire merged with another fire called the Dark Fire, making them both more powerful. But the United States Forest Service has shifted all attention to Big Lake due to it having the Lodge of Whispering Pines and then Big Lake Wilderness Lodge, which are both have lots of infrastructure. And then one of Ely's threats is the Camp Fire. Thankfully, it only has 4,000 acres and it is somewhat being contained, but 0% of the Bear Trap Fire is contained, and it's still expanding very rapidly. These fires are predicted to end once the first snow happens, meaning these will last all year, and all the smoke is being taken depending on the wind. Yesterday, all the smoke was being taken from here and getting pushed into the North Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, there's also terrible wildfires over here, but that's not our focus. We're focusing on these extremely bad fires. They're only about 2 to 3 weeks old, and they're massive. Another concerning fire would be Thumb, 16,000 acres alone. But if the Sioux fire manages to merge with the Wolfpack fire, that could also create a lot of energy. But yeah, let's just hope nothing gets burnt down on Big Lake or anything in Ely. Now, if we look at the actual fire risk, it is an extreme risk for northern Minnesota. That's very bad for fires. meaning the wildfires will definitely expand today. And then, yeah, it's pretty bad all across this area, which could create more wildfires. I'm talking prairie fires in South and North Dakota, nothing in the Iowa prairies or anything. And then some over here, surprisingly, in some of the woodlands. But, yeah. We're gonna wait for more updates on Bear Trap Fire because the last update was yesterday. They checked the borders of the fire using satellite, and if you, as you can see, this lake is big. Oh, did something just update? Nothing updated. Okay. All right. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I got some updates. Sprinklers are being placed near Big Lake Wilderness Lodge and the Lodge of Whispering Pines. United States Forest Service firefighters, yeah, sprinklers, they got lines to try and stop this fire because it would be terrible if it burnt down these two beautiful lodges. And then if it does end up getting into the boundary waters, or in the second half of the boundary waters, that would be bad. The second half of the boundary waters is LaPond Lake. So, LaPond Lake. And the second half of the boundary waters border goes from here. This is the state forest boundaries, but yeah, it would be bad if it gets into the, boundary waters. But yeah, it's not looking good. But I think that's it for our stream. This was a short stream, but it's just some updated information. I will be live again tomorrow if I can and give more updates.